So if you guys follow the process instructions under the assignment, and let me bring it here, we are already under process step 6. You already have a bounding box that measures 6 by 6 by 6. Let's go under process step 7. It says that you have to select the object and use the unroll surface command in order to unfold this into a planar condition, as we said before. So this could be very easy for some of you or very tricky for some others. So let's all type unroll surface. You can see under my command line, unroll surface, enter, select your joint poly surface, and make sure you read carefully the parentheses. So in the parentheses you should have explode equals yes by default. We don't want this to be exploded, we want to say no, okay? So unroll surface and then just select your object. Then you should just see explode as yes or no. Is this a question? Key properties no. Explode no. Key properties no. Labels no. And then just hit enter. No. Yes. As soon as you hit enter, you should go to the origin point, the 0.0.0 origin point, and this is where you should see your geometry planar unfolded, as you guys can see my screen. By default, the program makes this planar geometry always under the origin point. Similar concept as the make 2D. It went under the origin point, 0, 0, 0. So everybody make sure you go and check under your origin point the new geometry created. So we could have been happy with that. I'm not quite sure we are. But before we say why we are not happy, let's see what it will happen if we said explode equals yes. So I will repeat the command unroll surface. I will select my object, and instead of explode no, I will say explode yes and hit enter. Can you guys see my screen? So the program indeed unrolled everything, but it placed them in distance between them. Well, this could be helpful, but not for our case, because we want to really fold back. So we want all of these pieces to be joined, no? We don't want to glue anything, we want this to be a very simple folding. Keep that in mind. You may want to use this application for other projects though. Yeah, for this class you will have explode as no. So I will Control Z and I will go back to my very first attempt. Okay, so let's all here go under the ghosted mode first. So I right click under perspective and I went under the ghosted. And second thing, let's select the geometry and type explode, no? So I'm typing explode to get all of those as separate segments. Let me change the color. I think it's going to be easier for you to have it as... What about this color? Better? A little bit. So in my screen, or even better on your screens, you guys, you should be able to see that some of the pieces unfortunately overlap. So here, let's all focus on my screen for now. I have two pieces that they're one on top of the other. Is that the problem or not? Yeah, why Noelia? The laser cut basically will just read one of those. So now you're folding things one on top of the other, and the laser cut won't be able to read all of them. So we have to avoid laser overlaps. We have to go back and see how we can subdivide our composition into more than one pieces. then we will have to glue together the pieces. If you do have overlaps, as Noelia says, the laser cut won't cut all of them, simply. Right now, one folds on top of the other, so we need to go back. Do you guys have overlaps? Yeah, that's the same. It would be nice to not have it. Unfortunately, we all have, depending on how complex our composition is. So let me get rid of that. And I will go back to my composition. And here's where we should start subdividing the composition into pieces. The bigger the pieces, the better for us, right? We don't want to end up having 25 pieces. So go ahead and analyze. Again, here I cannot give you a recipe. You have to really analyze your geometry and see how many pieces are going to be needed. So after spending like 25 minutes yesterday home to see how this composition works, I figured out that this corner here needs to be a separate piece. So this big volume for me needs to be separate. For you, you have to spend 25 minutes figuring out what is a different piece. So what I will do is that I will explode my piece, or even better, let's extract surfaces instead of exploding, as we did previous week for the windows. So select, excuse me, do not select anything, just type extract surfaces. And now start selecting surfaces to isolate. So this one, and holding shift you can select multiple. This whole tower in the corner should be alone. And it has also a bottom part. I think I'm good. Everybody focus on my screen. You will spend time with your own models. So I just extract now these surfaces. I will hit enter. And before I even lose the selection, I will join them together. So now this piece is a separate piece than the big one. So I just extracted surfaces and then I joined them together. I will go ahead and I will create a new layer. I may call it second piece. And I will change object layer. Here's how my file looks like now. It has one piece and the second one. The process is as it follows. As soon as you do this big move, go ahead and unroll again. So select again your bigger volume, type unroll, unroll surface, explode no, and enter. Go back to your origin point and take a look for overlap. So I will go under ghosted again because it helps me understand what is overlap. And unfortunately, I get overlaps again. Okay. I need to go back. I will select that, delete that, and I will go here and I will start isolating more geometries. So I will go here and I will say, let's take this whole window that pops out and let's make it one piece alone. So I repeat steps for you guys now. I don't do anything new. I will extract surface. And I will start selecting all of the surfaces to be alone. So let's say that this window will be one extra. So enter to accept and join together. And let's put it under the same layer, second piece. So change object layer. So my cube is analyzed into 1, 2, 3 components. Okay, what should I do next? Marvin, you said something, or Eric? Yeah, unfold. So Eric says, go back to your big piece, which is the most problematic, and unroll again. So unroll surface, explode no, enter. This is what you just created. Ghosted. Again. I have more surfaces overlapping. Okay, let's not lose our temper. We go back. And we start analyzing the geometry into more pieces. What can we do? So let's say that I will get rid of the bottom piece down here. If you understand the concept, it's going to be very easy for you to even realize what are the pieces that they cause problem. So this bottom piece, obviously, if it starts unrolling itself in either direction, so let's say that this side needs to unroll towards this direction, then it will overlap with this take a look. For sure though, this one will give us a problem. So I repeat the commands: extract, surface, select carefully whatever you think is problematic, enter, join together, and move it to the layer. Change object layer, and you have more pieces. Now, following what I just said before, let's go up here and let's extract also this small piece, because it seems to me that in whatever side starts to unroll itself it will give us problems. So extract surface up here and select all of those sides, enter, join them back together, and change object layer. Okay, let's try now and let's see how we are doing. I'm going back to the big volume, the problematic one. I will unroll surface, explode no, enter. And let's go under ghosted. And it seems that I still have some issues, no? So let's try what Eric said too. Let's go down here, I guess, and let's also try to make this a separate piece. So extract, I will get rid of this one and this one only, because I do feel that the rest could work as one. So enter those two, join them, and change object layer. Let's select, unroll surface, it seems that I get similar problems now. Yeah. I go always under ghosted. If you guys go under the ghosted mode, you will be able most probably to see the overlap. Yeah, what I did in the beginning, which is easier, is I exploded. So just select everything and explode. And then start going one on top of the other. You will realize if you start clicking that there are specific objects that they overlap, as you can see now in my screen. Can you guys see my screen? There's a meeting point of those two planes. Edwin, chain back there, do you guys see? Yeah? So I have a pretty hard module over here. Did any of you manage to have unrolled and not overlapping already or not? Not yet? So I need to go back. All I do is I repeat steps right now. My main goal is to make all of this as not one piece, separate pieces that could be laser cut in the end. Okay, so no overlaps are permitted, no overlaps are allowed. Oops. Where am I? So who would like to propose something for me to isolate? Eric? Would you like me to isolate something extra? Is there a proposal you have to make? Yeah, I could start isolating this piece and see how they work now. So let's go ahead. I repeat the steps: extract surface, and I will take this, and also I will get rid of the bottom here too. So enter, and I will join all of this together as one. You shouldn't delete any part, because then you're changing your model. What you need to do is to just separate them in different pieces, but you should never delete any plane, right? So I extract surface in order to put them as isolated pieces in my case study. Yes, Emanuela. Yeah, yeah. The simplest, the better. But if you can unroll them all at once without overlaps, even better, no? You guys, you shouldn't lose this form. No, you don't delete anything. All you need is you're breaking it into parts. So each of you guys should have subdivided your. Oh, let me finish that because it's been a long